Hello, I'm Alex Baker, and this is my service learning video. Instead of going to the Outback Farm or doing the Leeds program, I went to the Vanishing Ice exhibit at Whatcom Museum. This whole exhibit is about the effect humans have had on the environment and how the Arctic ice is melting due to greenhouse gases. A part of the exhibit they had was a big chunk of ice that was left outside to melt over the course of the exhibit. So there I am at the exhibit, and as you can see, the ice was mostly melted when I went. There's not a lot left, which I guess is similar to what's happening at the North Pole. So anyway, the whole reason that the ice is melting is because there are lots of greenhouse gases and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which is causing the Earth to stay warmer, so it's melting the ice. So, to explain that, I'm going to explain the carbon cycle, because that's how the carbon dioxide is getting into the atmosphere, and that's why the ice is melting. So, carbon starts in what is known as a carbon sink. It's in the ground, in the form of fossils and fossil fuels. It's called a sink because the carbon is inaccessible to most of the natural world. Humans use the fossil fuels, we burn them in our cars and in factories, and from there, the carbon is released back into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide, which can then go from the exchange pool to the biotic community because it is absorbed by plants, and then it enters the biotic community and can continue from there. But the whole reason this is a problem is because humans are burning too many fossil fuels, so we're putting a lot more carbon into the atmosphere than plants can take out. And this is why there's a lot of carbon dioxide, and this is why the ice is melting, because it's keeping the Earth warmer. The ice melting is bad because it affects the environment of a lot of different species, and it makes it a lot harder for them to survive. So here I have a food web of an Arctic environment, which would be affected by the melting ice. So you can see there are polar bears and seals and like Arctic foxes that all live on the ice. This is a problem. The ice melting is a problem because polar bears have always had to swim between their icebergs. And if the ice melts, they won't have anywhere to live. The seals won't have anywhere to come up and beach on land. Sorry, lost my train of thought. And it's not good. It's all due to human interference, which is called a population density independent reduction factor. I said that kind of wrong. But basically it means it doesn't matter how many individuals in a species there are, this would still be happening because it's human interference, it's random, it just happens. So, the ice melting is bad because the polar bears will have a harder time to survive. However, this leads to natural selection. It means only the fittest animals can reproduce, creates a stronger population as a whole, and can contribute to the evolution of the species if they don't all die first. By this I mean that only the strongest polar bears will be able to make the swim and reproduce, which means that only they will be able to pass on their genetic material, which means that only their offspring will live, and their offspring will come from stronger genes. So overall, the polar bear population that survives will get a lot stronger and have more endurance to swim, and it could strengthen the species as a whole. That's my presentation. Thank you very much.